Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. It's Mahsa Joyce here and today I have my very special guest, Penny.
Hello everybody.
Penny is my BFF and my travel buddy. We always travel together. We've gone on over 15, 20 trips, from like small trips to 2-week vacations together.
Yeah, like 10 years.
Yeah. And everybody always asks us, how do you guys travel so well together? What do you do? What's your secret? So we figured we'll sit down, do our makeup, and also talk about how we travel well together and give you guys some tips.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah, keep on watching. Before we start, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, subscribe to our channel.
And yeah, hope you guys learn something new from this video. So we're going to...
I might do a nervous laugh, but you're gonna edit
That's
this
okay.
out.
No, I won't. I guess our first tip would be, as we put on my makeup.
Yes,
I'm doing my bare minerals.
We're gonna get
I know
ready.
we're gonna get distracted.
We're multitasking here.
Yeah. So I guess our first tip would be to discover your travel style, right? Like what do you like to do? Like,
do you like to lounge on the beach? Do you like to
go to the clubs? Like, it's nightlife, culture, food, beach.
Yeah.
Like, what's your thing that you like to do on vacation, or do you like to do everything? So I feel like you and I like to do everything.
I think so. It's all about balance, I think.
Yeah.
It's a combination of sightseeing, exploring, like if you're at a city, exploring the culture, exploring the food. Or do you just literally want to just veg and relax?
Yeah, so yeah, it depends. Like, are you more of a, so figure out your style. So are you more of the resort all-inclusive type of person? You want to go for a week, or are you like a 2-week adventure, culture, junkie, that sort of thing? So first, define your style of travel. Then 2, how do you pick your buddy to travel with?
Yeah, and you know what? One thing about that I get so many compliments from people is like, how do you and Mahsa and Caleb and Wissam travel all together, and like, how do you guys stay friends and not kill each other?
Yeah. How do we do it though? Like, I feel like, so that could be another tip, is that before we go on a trip, we all say, okay, we're gonna go to this one place. Let's say we finally decide on the place. Then we say, what's one thing each person has to do in that country. So if it's like a museum you have to go to, if it's a restaurant you need to go to, whatever.
And I think we communicate well. Like, we always have like a little meeting. Yeah. And we like open up our laptop, and then
we do have a meeting.
We have our meeting. And then we just make it fun, right? Make the planning fun. I think that's, especially with Mahsa and I, we like the anticipation of a trip. Oh, I love it. Is like where I think the guys don't get that as much. Yeah. So it's like
we're like, what are you wearing on the plane? All the little details.
Yeah, I love that. Also, budget. I think that's another thing too, right? You have to be on the same page with budget.
Yeah, for sure.
And the expectations of how much is it going to cost to get there? How much do you want to spend on food and all those things? Because I think that one thing that we all get along is we love to explore. Yeah, and food. The food is one thing. So we will spend a little bit more money on that food experience. That's
true. And we're good with like, oh, if somebody recommended this restaurant, we have to go. So we like make sure we make time to do it, and we put it in our schedule. We usually, and like, that's the thing, you also have to find people that will be willing to spend the same as you. Like, it's hard to go and someone's like, no, my budget is like $10 a meal. Yeah, like, you have to discuss that and define that before you go. Like, sometimes we just like to go and order food and share everything, and like, it's gonna be hard if the one person is like, no, my budget is very strict. So,
one thing is, maybe don't do a huge trip. Don't do like, your first trip together is going to be Europe, and you're going to go for 2 weeks. Invest so much time and money if you don't even know if you guys enjoy each other's company for that long.
That's true.
So I think one thing that Mahsa and I did well, especially the husbands not knowing each other in the beginning. So we've been traveling together for 10 years.
Yeah. 10 years of travel, baby.
Yeah, and I think the first thing that we did was camping.
Yeah, and we should say, so Penny, her husband, and I went to high school together, and so we all knew each other. And then Caleb came in the picture afterwards, my husband. And so we started off camping, and then the guys got to know each other, and it worked out that they actually became very good friends and they liked each other. And our first trip was Mexico, all-inclusive, and so that's like a very safe, good first trip, right?
Because again, you've already determined the budget. You're not spending, if you want to spend more there, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Your itinerary is already planned, and you just enjoy each other's company and get to really know each other's style that way.
Yeah, and it's a very no pressure trip. Like if you do a first trip as an all-inclusive, because so you're just at the resort, you're, like you said, you already spent the money, you know what you're spending, and then if you get there and you're like, but you guys want to go rent ATVs and do that jungle tour like we did, or like go see a sanctuary like we did, so then you can add on those things when you're there and you can discuss it and talk about it.
Yeah.
And then that's how we knew we all like to travel the same, I think.
I think so. And you know what? I don't even think we ever got in a fight during traveling either.
No, that's
a good thing.
I mean, you get annoyed at each other.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not like it's never been anything bad. Like you're like, oh, fine. You want to do this? Okay, we'll go. Like when Wissam used to nap every day.
I know. You need to give him his little power nap before.
Yeah, we've never gotten into like, we've never come back from a trip like mad at each other or not.
Yeah.
So that's very important to make sure.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? It's just you're spending time with people that you love and you enjoy each other's company. Because I'm pretty sure in high school we did a big cottage trip, and then at the end of that, you know, some friendships end. If you can travel with somebody, you know you're going to be best friends for life.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
So what are some of our favorite trips together?
Yeah, what did we, okay, so we've been to, so Penny and I, just the two of us, we've been to Mexico, Croatia, Greece. So those we did with the husbands, but just two of us, we've done Miami, New York. If you haven't seen our Prince Edward County vlog, I'm gonna link it up here, so make sure you guys watch it. And that you'll see an example of the four of us on a trip together. Yeah, and it's just very easygoing and taking it easy. That's another thing too, if your personality, are you like more easygoing, you go with the flow, or do you like to have a strict itinerary? That's another thing you should determine before you go as well. And if you and make sure the people you're going with are the same, on the same page as you. Or sometimes you'll travel with people and they like to sit back while somebody plans the thing.
Yeah, or like even depending like your life, like for example, one time I think like Caleb and Wissam were so stressed at work and they were so busy.
Yeah.
Croatia, like we really took the lead on that one. Yeah. And because we had traveled so much together, they were just like, we trust you guys.
Yeah,
like
they knew,
go with it.
Our recommendations were legit.
Yeah. I'm like putting my makeup in such a bizarre order today.
Me too. I know. This is not usually what I do. I'm little like,
I put bronzer on before I did my eyes. I'm sorry, but this is not a makeup tutorial.
This is not. We're not makeup artists. We're just getting ready.
We're just, you know,
just having a good time with our. So I got this mini Urban Decay palette, the naked base.
Oh yeah, I love that one. I love that too.
It was on sale for 18 bucks.
I know, so
Sephora.
good.
When Sephora has sales, it's pretty dang good. And it's good for traveling. It's just like a simple everyday.
We did, I think the biggest trip that we did together, and I would say like this is something where you really need to sit and plan with. I think going to Europe definitely is like an investment, right?
Yeah.
So we did a large trip in 2014 where we went to London. We went to Ireland and like traveled around Ireland and then went to Paris. One thing that I do, okay, so here's an example. So Caleb and Mahsa wanted to go to Iceland first. Yeah. And I knew my personality and I said, you know what, it's July. I don't want to go somewhere cold. It was cold. And it was just such a big trip already and I didn't want to pack so much in there. So I said, you know what, like I made the educated decision. Yeah. And I said, you know what, I'm going to pass on that one. I'll meet you in London. Yeah. And that way I knew if I went along, I wouldn't be miserable and I would bring the crowd down because I wasn't feeling it. But I have to sacrifice. Yeah, but in the end, I think I regretted it.
And it's okay, you will go.
That's the thing. I was just like, oh, like maybe I should have just like pushed my boundaries a little bit and like, but regardless, I knew at that time it was
hindsight, right?
Yeah, like it was, I wasn't feeling it. So I'm like, you know what, I'll skip on that part of the trip. Yeah. So
that's good. And then that's another thing. Yeah, be self-awareness. Yeah. You have to know yourself and how you like to travel, what's going to trigger you, what's going to annoy you. Yeah. What kind of, if you know, it's in the middle of July and you're going somewhere cold and and rainy. Yeah. If it's going to annoy you, skip out on that. Don't go. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good point actually. But that was one of my favorite trips that we've been on. We did it. And I forgot about that trip. How did I forget about that trip?
That was like a long trip too.
It was a long trip. It was so good.
2.5 weeks.
We had so much fun. So Croatia was another one. It was 2 weeks. And then Greece was an interesting one because it was the 4 of us plus 2 of Penny's brothers and another friend of ours. So that was
That was a lot.
That was good. And that actually worked out well too.
And no one had traveled together. But I think as well too is for that trip as well, I did a lot of family stuff. So I knew mixing family and friends would have been it was a risk. But it worked out really well because again, I think we just planned ahead and we had meetings and we communicated. And I think
we're like, are you okay with this hotel? Is this in your budget? Like, you gotta get everybody's input too, right?
And that's like before group chat really was in. Like, oh my god, we're like dating ourselves here. Like, I don't even think, like I think everything was over pretty much email.
Yeah, it was actually. It was like an email thread.
There was no WhatsApp group, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we had an Excel sheet, but there wasn't even like a Google Doc.
I know. We're dating ourselves, Mahsa.
We still young. Ain't no thing.
But I think, like, it's just, also, you might take the chance and it might not work out. But then right?
Then
So
we went to, this was another trip that wasn't with Penny and with Sam, but we went for a wedding in Thailand. And when we got there, we traveled well with everyone because again, everyone's in a good mood. They're there for a wedding. It was good. We kind of split up.
Thing, a wedding. Yeah. That's a good point. Everybody's happy.
Everyone's in such a good mood. And then also, you're kind of going around the wedding schedule and what the bride and groom want. Yeah. So they kind of dictate where you're going to be, when, that sort of thing. Yeah. But then also from that trip, we split up into groups. So I was staying with Caleb and 2 other guys in a villa. And we knew we all wanted to rent scooters and like drive around Thailand. So we did that, where another group stayed with the bride in there, and they just wanted to lounge by the pool. So it was good when you go with an even bigger group to just find your little group within that group and travel, see like the people who want to do what you want to do and travel with them during your trip. And then another thing, my friend Cindy, one night we were in Cambodia and we wanted to go out. Caleb, her husband, and I wanted to just go out and go to the clubs and whatever. And she was like, no, I'm tired, you guys go. So I love that she said that. Like, she was tired. She knew she was going to be a party pooper. And then sorry, Cindy.
But she was like to entertain her husband.
And she's like, you guys go. And she didn't get mad that like, you're leaving me here. I'm going to stay by myself. She was like, I'm going to sleep. You guys go. So that's also be flexible in that way of like, just because I don't want to go doesn't mean you all cannot go. So that's another good way to be when you travel.
Like just this past August, I traveled with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. And it was for my sister-in-law's brother, and same thing, like it was a big group. Also, like her brothers joined us, they showed us around. You kind of say the itinerary of the wedding. And some people wanted to go to the beach, other people didn't, and it was just, it worked out wonderfully. We had such a good time.
Oh, that's awesome. I just put everybody in such a good mood. Like when you do a destination wedding, everyone's just like ready to party. So that helps a lot.
So what are you putting on there, Mahsa?
Glossier. This is from my Glossier haul. I will insert that here. But I used the concealer from Glossier and I'm using the lipstick, and I like Glossier. I find it's such a like simple.
I haven't used anything from them, but I know these are getting really popular now.
Yeah. Okay, would you have a recommendation? So if people are going to go with a group of friends for the first time, do you recommend a place to start? That's really pretty on you.
Thank you. I'm using Mahsa's makeup.
It's Wet n Wild, and I randomly found it at Dwayne Reed in New York. Insert vlog here.
Self-promoting, Yes, and subscribe to Mahsa's channel.
Subscribe to my channel.
Support local Canadian YouTuber, influencer to be.
Ooh. So, yeah, like what would you say is a good, easy first? Is this mine or yours?
We have the same one.
I think that's yours. I forgot mine. And I was like, I forgot my blush. What do you use it for?
This is for angled brush from e.l.f. This is for bronzer.
Okay, that's what I use it for.
Hula. I haven't used Hula before. It's okay, I already put it on.
You did?
Okay, it's fine.
Did you see my Charlotte? Did you see my Charlotte Tilbury? Ooh. So this is the new one called, what's it called? So, Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. This is the new Pillow Talk. Oh, look what I'm doing. So it's not focusing. There we go. Oh. This is the new Pillow Talk. It's nice. I think it's good it'll be good in the winter. Because it's kind of dark.
I just put stuff on, so I'm gonna put it on top.
Let's see what it looks like.
Like, Mahsa, you should have told me.
I know, I'm sorry. We got distracted.
So advice on...
Sorry, so the first advice on... Did you see this random thing I got?
This is really pretty.
Isn't it? Okay, so this is what I learned from Amelia Liana when I was watching her thing, because she promoted this.
She loves Charlotte Tilbury.
And she said you're supposed to swivel around the outside and then put that on first, and then you go boop boop boop, and then put that on the points of your in the front of your cheek, and it's supposed to be like a little bit of a highlighter on your cheek.
Good tip.
If somebody was going somewhere with a group of people for the first time, you said to start with a smaller trip. What would be like their next big trip? What would you recommend?
Like what's so like a smaller trip would be like, I would say like the small trip would be like something like a weekend somewhere, like where you're just doing Friday to Sunday, so it's not that long.
Like Prince Edward County.
Yeah, something small like that. And then if you wanted to up it to like a 1 week all inclusive, and then do your like big, like Europe or Asia, because that's where the investment is, right?
For sure. That's another thing. It is an investment. Traveling is an investment. You're spending thousands of dollars if you're going to Europe or if you're flying to Asia. So make sure the people you're going with, you've kind of vetted them.
Yeah, it's like an interview.
It really is. And sometimes you have no choice. You're just gonna get thrown into it. Like if it's a wedding situation, you don't know the other people. But yeah, find your little group within that group that you can.
And we're very fortunate. We've had so many memories, like so many, like story. Like, and I'm hoping one day we can travel with our kids.
Yes.
And we can give them the travel bug.
Yeah, for sure. The bug will be there. I think it's genetic. I think it is genetic because your parents moved here. My parents moved here. My dad traveled a lot. My mom travels a lot right now. It's just like in
our mom is like inspiration.
Yeah, my mom is 73 in November, and she's traveling all the time with her siblings.
I know, it's so cute.
Yeah, it's so nice. Are you done?
My makeup, or
I love it.
Oh, thanks. Really, I think I just
so glowy. And
I'm like, let me put my Fenty Beauty. Mahsa actually told me about this, and then she ended up returning it.
I have sensitive lips,
but I was just like, I tried it. I was like, I have to get this.
I know it's so pretty. It's really glossy, but my lips are so sensitive, and I think because I was on Accutane as a teenager, so I don't know. They get so dry easily, so I always have to do. Oh, here's another Glossier product. I'm using their Balm.com. Oh. I use that all the time. So like I have to put this on, then whatever lipstick I'm wearing, because I find my lips get so dry.
I always have to put, I know this is really bad for your skin.
Is it bad?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's alcohol in here. But like, because I wake up so early in the morning and I'm like out of the house for like, 12 hours.
Yeah.
So when I put this on, and like even if I go to the gym after work, my makeup is still like set.
Yeah,
like it doesn't
like
move
when I see
at
her
all.
at the gym after work, she's still.
But this is it. I'm just obsessed. So I'm gonna put some on.
It's the Urban Decay All Nighter.
Sorry, I didn't say. I showed it, but I didn't say it.
In case people don't know. I have it too. I have the mini travel version. Sure. This always freaks me. I have to make sure my mascara is dry because I'm like, don't move your face.
By the way, Mahsa is saving the environment. She got these really cool straws.
Yeah.
So
from one of my favorite stores, Winners. I love Winners. If you haven't seen my tips on how to save money, I'll insert that here.
Yes.
Also talk about Winners. Love it.
And if you're from the US, that's TJ Maxx and
or Marshalls.
Home Goods.
Oh, Home Goods is UK, isn't it?
Is it UK?
No, do they have?
I think it's in the US too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So in case you have any American subscribers.
I Cindy Washington. Cool. So that's our makeup. We are ready for the day.
I know. We're gonna go. We're gonna work out after this.
Just take it off and work out. Thanks for joining me, Pen.
This was so fun.
We're gonna, if you want to see Penny back on my channel, comment below. She's awesome. And yeah, too many more trips together, my love.
Yes, I can't wait.
Thanks for watching. Bye.